What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we are on day 2 of doing this install for the air cups. Still waiting to hear back about the actual cups for the front, which one we're going to go with, or if we can go with the one that they delivered, etc. And I'm waiting for those T's to finish off the lines, hence the reason the car is still in the air. But that's okay. Today we are going to get this panel here that I got made up. We're gonna mount that just in front of that little wall. So we need to mount that to that little wall. There are 2 bolt holes already there. Then once that's mounted, I need to put the back floor back in, some of the plastics in the back floor back in to see exactly the point that the back floor goes to, because then that panel in front of that, I need to center the tank on that panel of metal that I'm gonna put in. And then, well, I need to center it to the piece of false floor. So I cut, evenly in that piece of false floor. Then obviously I need to mount the tank to the floor, mount the solenoids to the floor, mount the, what else will it be? Well, run the hard lines, etc, etc. So let's jump in and do it. I know that straight up I have to cut, see where these air lines are here? I need to cut a section out of the metal panel because I need to clear those. So I'm going to measure how far up and how far out they go, just so I can cut that piece out. Then we can get it in and actually mount it to the car and go from there. So let's do it. All right, that step's done. So as you can see, I've cut a couple of sections out of it. And I had the Whizzy disc just to clean up these edges, and then I slipped off the edge and I touched this and I was like, man, that looks cool. So I went over the whole thing and just gave it a bit of a whiz. I'm just gonna place it in position now and then mark out the mounting holes of where I need to put it. Oh, man, I'm not looking forward to tidying up this garage car hole when I'm done. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. But to be fair, when I first got my 2J, my folks went away on holiday and I was living with them. And when they got home, there was a front cut just spread across their double garage, just in pieces, engine bits everywhere. Car bits everywhere. Actually, it wasn't when they got home, it was about an hour before they got home. And me and my mates just went crazy and cleaned it all up. Yeah, good times, good times. All right, so panel's in. Those 2 marks there are the tank being perfectly center to that piece of metal, because that piece of metal is perfectly center in the middle of the car. So now what I need to do is put that plastic in. Obviously this one's already in, and that plastic in. Pop the back floor back in and see how far it goes forward. I think it's going to be about here, to be honest. And then I will measure, where are we? That piece down there. And see where central is. So what I'm going to do, as you can imagine, that piece there is going to have a big rectangle cut in it to fit this. And it's going to be cut out a little bit further so that the hard lines can go down. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, all right, let's do it. All right, so how I'm doing this is, I don't actually need to put the tank there just then, but you got a little sneak peek. That panel is 225mm overall. I now need to figure out the width of the tank, and then I can get a, difference. So say that the tank's 125, I'll put 50mm either side. So between the end of that panel that's in there and the tank. So then I will put the tank in place, whatever the measurement is, put a little line there, and then I can mark it out and drill it. All right, got that measurement. Now I'm gonna pull everything back out, mount the tank to that panel, and then we can look at mounting everything else. Oh, and when we've got the tank on the panel, that means I can actually put my hard lines on and see where I can run them and actually run them to that as well, which is good. All right, so I've just put the little like rubber, the shock rubbers in the legs. A bit of a pain in the bum, not gonna lie. And then we just chuck it through the nuts and bolts. Bolt this down. Now I have found that this is not a 1/4" MPT like the instructions say, which is a bit frustrating. That is, and that is. But this is a 1/8. I've ordered a 1/8 male to 3/8 tube fitting so that I can shoot off with that. And that's all good. So I'm just gonna bolt this down and then we'll test fit it in the car. And I will take that panel, take the leather off, cut out the section that I need to cut out, and go from there. Okay, so 3 of my 4 stainless fittings are in. I'll wait for the other ones to rock up and then I will grab them. As you can see, coming out nice and parallel. This one needs a little bit more of a turn. This one's nice as well. So these are going to come out and down and then go and transfer back into the 8mm. So once it gets to about here, I'll put some elbows on and then I can just run the 8mm wherever I need to. I'll get the solenoids and have a bit of a play, see how I want to set that up. And this one here is actually showing backwards to how to be. That's going to be on that side. So I need to come out, down, and then across, and then I need to shoot across this corner, just missing it, because when I just miss that corner, it means it'll shoot through here. Then I can put another fitting back on here. And my compressor is going to be mounted down here so the line can go straight up and just connect straight in. Then it won't interfere in anything at all. And it'll be nice and tidy. I do have to make a little bracket up for that, but I'll do that tomorrow. So I'm gonna take this inside and I'm gonna do my tube bending inside. Honestly, because I haven't spent enough time with my dogs and I'm losing light. So I'm gonna go inside and sit with them and bend up some tubes. All right, end of day 2. We have got quite a bit of success down here with the tank and everything. So the tank is now mounted, which is great. The solenoids are now mounted. I've got the hard lines made up and that hard line made up to go back to the compressor. I also have the hard line that goes from here. I'm just waiting for that piece to rock up. I'll pop that in and then I just bolt it straight on. What else? Okay, update with the air cups. As I thought, you shouldn't run it. So they're trying to organize as quick as they can to get me unmatching one that I have with all the rest of them. So then I'll have all the same all the way around. So I'm glad that I didn't just go, oh yeah, no worries, I'll just run that, because yeah, they've turned back and said, do not run that, which is pretty obvious. So tomorrow's job is run the main cable from battery all the way back, run the switches from my dash panel all the way back. Then I can wire everything up, which is pretty simple. It's all just kind of plug and play kind of thing. So I mean, a couple little crimps on the solenoids, but that's not too bad. That's pretty obvious. The big job for tomorrow is going to be mounting that compressor. So obviously compressors get warm when they work. So I need to mount that. I want to mount it in that corner, but under the floor. So I need to make up a bracket
I'm probably going to pull back some of this sound deadening to see if I've got any threads that I can use. I do have a thread just under there where the aerial used to be mounted. I could potentially use that, and I think I probably will, but I would like something a little bit different. So we'll see tomorrow. I'll pull that up tomorrow and we'll have a bit of a further sticky beak and see what we can find. But so far, pretty successful. I'm really happy with how it's all turning out. It is quite a big job, especially when you're working alone like I am. But that's all good. I will get this done regardless. And it's gonna look sick. That is not how the tank is gonna end up looking. I have a little surprise coming that's being created right now because the false floor would sit like here. So you'd just see the top of that sticker and it would look terrible. You either wanna see the whole sticker or none of it. So wait and see, because I'm picking that up tomorrow. So that wraps up end of day 2. Thank you for coming along. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, please subscribe. If you haven't enjoyed the video, give it a like anyway, just to pump up some random person's channel. Tomorrow should be a bit more finalizing, and then we'll just throw that front one in, throw the tees in when they rock up, and the job should be done. So, this is Birmingham. Hello, this is Adam. Yes, it is. Okay, no worries. Thank you very much, Chris.
Alright, no worries. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye. So, I don't know if you guys could hear, but they have put a purchase order in with Stance Parts Direct, because that was Driftworks. They're people who are a supplier. They put the order through to Stanceworks. They're waiting on a confirmation from them. So as soon as they get confirmation, and apparently it only takes a couple of days to get it in, then it'll probably take a week to get to me. So Supra is gonna stay on the jack stands. That's a little bit annoying, but there's nothing else I can do. So I'll get everything done, everything teed up and finished. The tees should be here by the end of the week because they've already been shipped. So I'll get the tees plugged in, I'll get everything wired, I'll get everything tubed up, everything connected, mounted, blah, 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 all done. So then all we have to do when the final cup gets here is install that on the front left coilover, put the coilover back in, plug in the hose, and set my normal ride height. And that should be it. Then it should be press a button and she goes up. So, like I was saying before I got interrupted by the phone, if you've liked the video, please like, please subscribe, share it with your friends. Hopefully this helps someone who's out there, because it is quite a full-on job. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.